verse 26. Here we go. So they took the bowl given to them and prepared it. Then they called on the name of Baal from morning till noon. Baal, answer us, they shouted. But there was no response. No one answered. And they danced around the altar they had made. At noon, Elijah began to taunt them. Shout louder, he said. Surely, Elijah's kind of being a jerk here. Surely he is a god. Perhaps he is deep in thought, or busy, or traveling. Maybe he is sleeping and must be awakened. So they shouted louder and slashed themselves with swords and spears, as was their custom, until their blood flowed. Midday passed, and they continued their frantic prophesying until the time of the evening, for the evening sacrifice. But there was no response. No one answered. No one paid attention. And I read this I read this a lot of times as I was preparing for today. And the first 15 times I read it, I was like, man, these guys are dumb. Man, these guys are dumb. Man, these guys are dumb. Oh my gosh, how many of us are like them? And my heart began to break because I realized that so many of us are just like these prophets, and you are trying so hard. And it is not for a lack of effort that you don't feel the Lord in your life, because you're giving everything you have to make your life as good as it can be. But the sad, tragic part is that they could have been worshiping there to this day and nothing would have happened, because they are worshiping the wrong God. And I just wonder, if you've been standing at the wrong altar until your blood is flowing and you have nothing left to give. I just want to read verse 39 or 29 again. Midday passed, and they continued their frantic prophesying until the time for evening sacrifice. But there was no response. And maybe you feel like that. No one answered. No one paid attention. Completely alone. And God is calling you today to worship him.